Hello everybody, welcome back to Autcraft Obsidian. This is AutismFather. I am doing this intro for the third time. Kimber brought me some more stuff. I had my fully grown farm. That's a farm and a garden and a whole lot more syllables put together. It's really late. I've been working on this for a long time now. Anyway, these were fully filled up and ready to be harvested gardens. And then I started doing the redstone, and then it was terrible, and I scrapped that video, and I started again, and it was terrible, and I scrapped that video. So I just did the work. I had some company. We had some fun. I hear a skeleton. Had some visitors on the server on and off, and all kinds of stuff. And now it's hours later, and I'm just gonna show you what I did. So you've seen the building. You've seen going in and out. You've seen the individual pistons and how they work. Are you under? I think he's back there. There he is. So I still have to section this stuff off, wall it off. As you can see, Buddy was here. Anyway, I just want to show you what I did to get this stuff to work the way I want it to work. Basically, this will be the entrance to my home. This will be my home in here. So when I come in and when I leave, I'll be able to see if stuff is ready to harvest. And chances are, if I plant everything at the same time, it'll be all ready at the same time on both sides. But I don't think that will always be the case. So I kind of wanted to... Oh, I don't have any more andesite. I kind of wanted to have it so I could do one farm at a time if I choose... But both farms at the same time, because chances are most of the time I will want to do both farms at the same time. So I'll show you the wiring for one, and you'll get the idea for the other one because it's exactly the same. And I don't really have to show you the wiring for the one that does both, because basically it just comes down here and one goes over there and one goes over there. And triggers both at the same time. Pretty simple, right? So anyway, this one... When you press the button for this wire, it comes down here to this spot, and you see this torch is on? This torch being on means that it's powering this block right here, which is powering this redstone dust, which is powering this sticky piston. That means that no matter what this piston tries to do, it can't push this block over. It's stuck. If this torch was not on right here, if this block wasn't powered, then this block would basically just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It would do that forever and ever and ever with this timer here. This is an Ethonian typer. Etho designed this typer. This hopper timer. So inside this side, because the redstone block is right here, it's powering it. So these 64 items are stuck in here. 64 is the amount of time that I decided how long I want this timer to go, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So right now it's locked. This piston is pushing it. It can't move. It can't come back over here. It's stuck. So these items are stuck. When I press that button up above, the wire comes down here. It powers this thing, turning it off. This piston turns off just long enough that this one can push. So once it pushes it over, it comes over here. These items will empty into this hopper. And then once it gets to the end of this will turn off, turning off this piston, which will allow this one to push back. And then the redstone block pushes back over here. And then all the items will empty out of here and back into here. This will be back on by then because the button only powers it for like a moment. So this will be back on and powered. So once this gets back over to 64, it stops. It doesn't do the timer anymore. It doesn't count back and forth and back and forth. While this block is here, it's powering up, up, and up, and up, and up, and up to the pistons, which are blocking the wires, the water. Wow, I am really, really tired. The pistons are on. As you can see, the signal is on, so the pistons are extended, which means the water is not falling down onto the farm. But when these items move over to this side completely, it unpowers this, allowing this to push. The redstone block will be here, which means this wire will be off. And when that wire is off, the pistons will retract, and the water will fall down onto the farm. And it'll stay there until everything gets back over here, in which case it pushes it back over. So that 64 item timer in here is very crucial because the water, hey guys, the water has to push the seeds from all the way up here, all the way down, all the way to the hoppers. I think 64 items will be long enough, and I'll show you why in a minute. I'll press the buttons and show you. A matter of fact, I'll press this one this time right now just to give you an idea. So let's press and go down and look. You see the block moved over? And now the items are counting. So for this entire 64 item stack, that is now off. And it'll come over here, and then once it gets over there, it'll push it back. And see, this is back on again, so it can only go for so long. And while it's doing that, the water is flowing. So imagine the seeds, it harvests everything, and then the seeds and the carrots and the potatoes have to wash all the way down here. Meanwhile, this one is not on. So if those ones weren't ready to be harvested yet, we could do just the one side. And there, the redstone block moved back over, extended the pistons, and now the farm is done. And then everything will be down below. So I could just go down below where the hoppers are and grab all the carrots and potatoes and seeds and replant at my discretion whenever I want to do it. This button does this side, that button does that side. Now let's press this one, which all it does is just send a signal and then over to the side, and basically just turns that torch off and the torch on this side off at the same time. And you can see the water flowing on both sides. So let's say I wanted to go out and tackle an ocean temple or go do some PvP or do whatever, and as I'm leaving my base, I'm walking down this entranceway, and I see both farms are ready to go. I could just press the button and go. I don't have to hang around. I don't have to wait for it. You know, I don't have to stand here and go, okay, there's seeds still coming, wait till they get to the hopper, and then go back and turn it back off again. No, it takes care of it for me. So there we go, that's it. I've got waterfalls, I have nice, you know, infinity pool type deals, I have really nice gardens when they're fully grown, they look great, and it's all automated. Once I have a little bit more time, I will finish up these walls here, but I will also finish up underneath here. I will put a wall here and encase it and light it all up. These are pretty minimal. So I'm going to put some walls back here as well. Like you see where the pool ends there? I can bring the wall down here and pretty much, see, it will encase it. I have a block to spare even. So these are pretty minimal. Using these slabs here, you can actually get the wire to go up onto itself pretty much. Like you see how it zigzags there at the top. It's because the wire the slabs don't cut the wires that way. See, they could go up and over and around, and you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. Whereas these blocks, you can't have them stacking on top of each other, and you kind of have to spiral it more. Anyway, the point is that it's pretty minimal. So these will actually come down. I'm going to use brick and lapis, I think. I don't have any in my inventory. They're in the box, in the chest over there at the box. Oh. Yeah, so they'll come down here, and I'm going to use a little bit of lapis to give a little bit of accent. I'll build a little bit with that with you on camera. I swear I can talk when I'm not half asleep. We'll make it look pretty nice. These are actually not as far as that's going to go. It's actually going to go back in a little bit more, and they're going to connect at the top, and they'll go around, actually. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Before I even took a step, I knew I was going to do that. Yeah, I want those to connect, but I also want it to go out that way a little bit more, and out that way a little bit more, and to wrap around is the plan, and then my home will be behind that and up here. So there'll be a lot more room, but these I will encase and block off and probably put in some maintenance doors underneath or something. I'm not entirely sure, but there'll have to be ways to get in and out of there just to make sure that all is good. Like if I want to adjust the timing, 64 items might not be what I want to stick with. And those buttons might not be where I want them to stay. For right now, they're okay though, but I might want to move them. Like I might want those two buttons to be side by side, and I'm not sure. Like right now, they're just wires back there, so they would touch, they would connect, and that wouldn't be good, so I'd have to change up how that would work. But it wouldn't be too much of a big deal. Anyway, that's about it. That's what I wanted to show you. I tried to do the redstone on camera, and it really didn't work. I got the redstone to work, but it was really, really hard getting it into a little tiny area to get it up in within those dimensions, and also like I can only go underneath the farm so much because there's water. Right, and then back there, like you can see the water dripping, and then see that's where the carrots are, so that's as far as you can go. So at first I had like the hopper clock going this way, and I started running out of room, and I was like, okay, well then now I need to get the redstone signal all the way back over here and up over on this side, and it was a mess trying to do it on video. It was so bad. So I scrapped it twice. Yeah. But it works. It's done, and I could show you, and hopefully my explanation made some sense. And the reasoning too for having 3 buttons instead of just 1 to do both at the same time. I just know that in a future episode I'll be harvesting everything on one side and not the other, and somebody will be commenting going, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you make it do both? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you. Thank you very much, guys, and thank you again for Kim for more good stuff. I'm using it a lot. I'm using tons of stuff. There's my lapis, and then I've got all this. It will get used up. Oh my goodness, this is taking so many resources. Anyhow, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and a thumbs up and a subscription and a comment, and $50 for pizza would be really appreciated, but I don't know. YouTube has to get on that because there's no button for that. Anyway, thanks very much. See you next video. Ciao for now.